Welcome. So lovely to have you here for a cup of tea today. I think one of the neighbours is out in his garden doing some weed eating or something, which sounds lovely because that means the rain has stopped. And for those of us who have been praying to whomever we pray to, whether it's, you know, your nana, your grandma, your granddad, your cousin, your sister, your brother, angels, God, Buddha, whoever you are praying to, they've heard you because look, it's stopped raining and one of my neighbours is out in his garden, which I think is pretty awesome. So much has happened since our cup of tea yesterday. I mentioned I was leaving to go see a friend who had been away for a few days, and I wanted to ask them if they wanted to come for a drive and get some lunch with me, and my intention was to buy some white sage. When I went there to pick him up, he said he'd been away to Nelson for the weekend, which that's a story for another day, but my part of my alignment and reconnecting with my spiritual path, doing this for healing and helping people and just being a good old auntie, started in Napier, well, it did there too, Nelson. That's so many stories, but we've got time. So yeah, he'd been to Nelson and he spent half a day in the store here, Spiral Store, and he gave me this, which was the white sage. So, you know, that is manifesting. That is, I put it out to the universe, I wanted white sage. How I was going to get it, I believed I was driving to this particular shop to buy it. But no, the universe gifted it to me. And how does that happen? That happens because this person and I have spent a lot of time together in a regulated state. Fight or flight for us both has disappeared and our systems have been regulated and our energy between us has harmonized. And when he talks to his nana up there and I'm talking to my grandma up there, those two are sitting on a park bench smoking their cigarettes, talking about simpler times and look at what the young ones are doing down there. They're not really doing that. They're saying, man, we just want to be asked to help. So, you know, and so because we have that four-way communication, he got my energy on the universe channel and this came to me and it's beautiful. And then we did go for lunch because obviously still need to eat, and I found this elephant with a baby elephant, which I think is beautiful because, you know, what are we doing this all for? We all just care about the children and their children and their children's children, and, you know, the world seems very scary at the moment, but we all are united in the fact that we want freedom and peace and kindness on earth for the children of the future. Like when someone asks me what I want, I say, I want my nephews and all of your children's children to, if they choose to go out to Muriwai where I went yesterday to cleanse these stones in the beautiful ocean, if they want to go out there and cleanse their stones in the beautiful ocean, they're able to do that. Or if they want to hop onto a fishing boat or teleport over the water and catch some fish and then come back to their free homes and eat it with their families, that's what I want, and I'm sure we're quite united in that. So today I've just been thinking about where attention goes, energy flows, and that is something I have got written down and somewhere, and it's just all coming back to me now. Where your attention goes, energy flows. And I just wanted to put the bell curve into a bit of perspective, and this is statistical probability, and I'm sure there's heaps of people way more qualified to teach maths out there than me that would love to teach you all about statistical probability. But my Aunty take on it is we have this thing here called the y-axis, which, you know, when we look up to the heavens, we're always asking why. Then we have this other one called the x-axis. And say, if, for example, the thing over here was calories by 100 grams, and then this here was, what have I written as my example? Out of 1,000 foods, 68% of, so say if the calories is like this is 0 calories, 10 calories, 100 calories, 1,000 calories. Like obviously it's to scale in the real mathematical world, but just in this cup of tea world, it's, yeah, so the numbers get bigger here. And what this is saying is 68%, the majority of 100 grams of foods is going to fall into this bit. Then you've got this bits here. So say if this is 0 calories to, oh no, anyway, I've kind of lost that bit, but that's the thing. So this is what's most likely going on. In the bell curve, this is what's most likely going on. And when you're in flight or fight, you really can only be in these extremes. You're either like fight or flight, panicking, don't know what the heck you're doing, or you're shut down. Your dorsal vagus shut down and you are in a fetal position, and yeah, there is some comfort to that. I fully acknowledge that. So where attention goes, energy flows, and I'm looking at everything that's going on and like where our attention is being drawn and directed at the moment. And it's a lot of things that I've just remembered something. This thing here is really important that I'm about to say. Are you angry? That question to Mandela, I kind of got it wrong. The question set was actually, why aren't you? That was the actual question. Why aren't you angry? And the answer was, what good would that serve? He never said he wasn't angry. So you can be angry, but don't is the wrong word. That I suggest that before you do anything with that anger, you calm yourself down. And at the moment, where attention goes, energy flows, I'm just seeing all of this stuff that's, to me, feels like it's when you're in fight or flight and you're only noticing the really extreme, obscene things. So, you know, we did a few yesterday, Harry versus Royals versus climate change, wearing the face covering versus not wearing the face covering, police brutality on New Zealand citizens versus one officer being attacked. It keeps going on and on. The alphabet versus the non-alphabet versus the rock spiders. Like, you know, I'm like, anyone who's against the rock spiders, I got so much in common with you, brother, sister, mother, dinosaur. You know, you want to identify as a bridge and you're against the rock spiders? You are my tribe, people. What else have we got? Ram raids, murders, gun discharges. I drove down the road yesterday and I saw this in a bus stop. Like, when I was a kid, there used to be Doc Martens in bus stops. And the picture of a Doc Marten trying to get me to buy a pair of Doc Martens. And yeah, I did. I've still got Doc Martens. But this sign was asking me to dob in a gang member. And I'm just like, where's the sign telling me to dob in a GC? Like, surely someone out there is doing good, and where my attention goes, my energy flows. So, you know, sure, people, the elephant in the room, yes, the last 2.5 years has been incredibly stressful, and it's, for some people, that's on top of, you know, 10, 20, 30, 40 years of stress that they individually carried. Now they've bought, you know, in the collective consciousness, there's 2.5 years of other people's stress. So, you know, that is a lot of stress building up. And the elephant in the room we need to speak to is, yes, some people respond to stress in this way when you are dysregulated and in fight or flight. Yes, all of this stuff goes on, you know, this stuff that our attention is being drawn to that, and therefore that's where our energy goes, which therefore keeps us in fight or flight. So I did have a point, and it will come back to me. Yeah, where attention goes, energy flows. And so today I just want to pull out this little thing. So this is something that I got that I've used in the past, because for people who have yucky feelings inside, I have tried, I'm not speaking for anyone else, let me own this and not have shame. I've tried so many things, and this is one of the things that one of the people who I've met on my path, and I've met hundreds and hundreds of people on my path to come up with my own brand of Aunty wisdom over a cup of tea. That's all it is, Aunty wisdom. I'm no expert. You know, what's an expert? An X is an undefined spot, and a spurt is a drip under pressure. And so let's be honest, 2.5 years of pressure. Yeah. Anyway, so I was in one of my particularly challenged times of my journey, and this friend brought this to work, and it was this oil wheel, and we'd sit there every morning and we'd go through the words and we'd figure out, are we sad today? Are we afraid today? Are we nervous today? Are we feeling blah today? And we'd go around the wheel and we'd pick which one we were feeling, obviously with the intention to get rid of that feeling. And then there's a thing that you can do, and you know that we can do that another day. Like that we won't do that today, but we will though one day. Anyway, I went and bought one, and when I got it, I was so disappointed, because this is what I got. Like, seriously, I felt like I'd been ripped off by the universe, but it was giving me a lesson. Where your attention goes, energy flows. And look at all these words: relaxing, peaceful, comforting, soothing, hopeful, grounding, balancing, liberating, satisfying, calming, relieving, enthusiastic, engaging, exciting. So yeah, that's the one I went for today, passion. Elevating, uplifting, energizing. And I did feel really, really ripped off. And then another friend of mine, a wise person who, that's a story for a whole nother day, but met them in the Onga Onga pub. So for anyone who knows Onga Onga, stories for another day, and definitely about simpler times. And he just said to me, "Now you've got the right one. Focus on what you want, not what you aren't." So instead of being, having anxious thoughts and feelings, you want to be peaceful. You want to have peaceful thoughts and feelings. And I was just like, duh. So yeah, that's the cup of tea for today. And yeah, so where attention goes, energy flows. And I am not surprised that this is the focus. Oh, let's also just put the economy in. And then because I see in pictures, but I can't actually draw them. I'm using the simpler times word, where starts with the S and ends with the ida. But yeah, economy in supposedly the toilet, but I don't consent to that. Oops, I did it again. I was getting so carried away because I've done you know, my passion spice today. That, yeah, the economy and the, you know, where the poo goes, which, you know, pretty soon won't just be farts. But anyway, I don't consent to that. So as we finish for today, I'm just going to connect in to the collective conscious energy of New Zealand. And it is the full Maui. It's the start, people. It's the new beginning. It truly is the new beginning. It's a new journey. We're heading up that dark tower. We're heading up the spiral, and we can start again. It's a new beginning. We can have free spirit. We can have innocence. We can have it all, as long as we come out of fight or flight, calm down, and start having some real kindness to each other. Let's acknowledge that there's angels all around us. Let's just accept and acknowledge the elephant in the room and stop fighting about that, because there's lots of clever people that are sorting that all out. And then let our energy flow and our attention flow to these types of things. So that's me and what I'm doing. And today, because this very special person has agreed to be my wingman, I'm taking him to the movies to see the Maverick thing again. So this will be my 3rd time. And yeah, with free will, I thank you so much for agreeing to be my wingman. See you tomorrow. Oh, and I hope you enjoyed the cup of tea. I'm just going to have some before I say goodbye. Cool. Bye.